What an act to follow. Hey, it's still like Woodstock here. It's exciting. All right, well, good afternoon. I'm Ivan Ravlich, CEO, co-founder of Hypernet Labs, and super excited to be here. But you know, I think we're all here at this conference because we believe that blockchain technology will be powering the next evolution of our global economy. Most of us here think that blockchain solutions will change our world for our generation in a massive way, just like other turning points in history. I studied aeronautics and astronautics before starting Hypernet, and one of these turning points for me is which is akin to the one we're in now, was the space race of our parents' and grandparents' generation. And in our own way, with everything that we're doing here together, just like the previous speaker said, you know, we're going to the moon. And you know, it's not a coincidence, right, that we're talking about this, because you know, we're all together this week and we all know why. Blockchain technology has the potential to break down the barriers of wealth creation. It can be accessed anywhere where there's an internet connection. Blockchain promises to provide more open access to financial systems. It promises a safer and more efficient method of value transfer. It is the internet economy on steroids. The great challenge and opportunity of our time, much like going to the moon, and all the innovations that resulted from that effort were for the last generation. In 2017, I put my PhD in aerospace engineering at Stanford on hold to start a blockchain company. Not because it would be easy, but because I saw the foundational change that this technology could bring to the world. And so now that my team and I have been building in the space for several years, we have identified some foundational truths about what will act as the launch pad for our digital and physical existence. The emerging digital economy has two main building blocks: digitally native identities and digitally native value transfer. Who we are, what we do, and how we engage with others makes up the foundation of our existence here on Earth in this physical world, but also the same foundations are reflected in the digital. To really make this transition from Web 2 to Web 3, we need a platform that supports these two building blocks of identity and payments. This platform needs to be able to support the digital businesses of today, to help shepherd people from Web 2 to Web 3 and future-proof the digital businesses of tomorrow. While both identity and value transfer are equally important, today I will focus on the identity aspect. You know them, you love them, NFTs. NFTs have garnered traction not only in the blockchain communities, but also for an early majority of the crypto curious. At this point, we're pretty familiar with NFTs as a way to, sell, distribute, and view digital artwork. More recently, we've seen applications of NFTs for access into different online and offline communities, but NFTs go much further than just the use case of artwork or entertainment. They, of course, will be used for those too, but some real utility can be created from NFTs that have attributes and rules associated with them and programmed alongside of them. The Hypernet protocol was built in part to facilitate enterprise-class production and distribution of NFTs at scale. They can be collections of art. They can be functional NFTs that give you access to online communities. They can replace passwords for single sign-on. They can unlock physical doors. They can represent digital and physical land ownership. Your imagination really is the limit with how we can add functionality to NFTs. All a company or user needs to do in Hypernet is to create a new registry, set the properties of the NFTs to be created, and then using all of our optional modules, you can distribute your collection, mint your NFTs on demand as your application desires, all without having to be an expert in Web 3 and without having to even touch some code. The Hypernet protocol is made up of three main components. The first is the Hypernet profile. This is an NFT that is basically your username and password that can be used as a single sign-on to apps that accept it. It's your ticket to ride and interact with the network. The second, and one of the most powerful pieces, is the concept of smart contract factories. With these smart contract factories, they create suites of smart contracts so that way traditional developers with no Web 3 experience can start to power their applications using Web 3 without any extra training. We'll be starting with factories that create applications and collections of functional NFTs with utilitarian properties. And the third and final piece is the DAO. It's the governing body that curates the registries and sets all the basic parameters of the protocol. We're rolling out our mainnet in stages, culminating with a token release and a DAO activation in the next few months. Now, one thing I'd like to touch on is a powerful application of functional NFTs with utility is to use them as a verified checkmark for a crypto wallet. Today, we're announcing the beta release of Hypernet ID as an example of the Hypernet protocol for identity in action. Every user that goes through Hypernet ID will have their identity verified and a non-transferable, privacy-preserving NFT minted to their crypto wallet. The NFT will encode that the user has passed their identity check with certain information was given along with their country code. And with this verified checkmark NFT in your wallet, you can now transact with decentralized projects, which was never impossible to do in the past compliantly. The minting of these NFTs and their distribution are all done with the protocol and will stand as an example of how to use the protocol for your own apps. You will soon be able to create your own NFT collections for your own purposes using our protocol. Now, building in the blockchain space is difficult, and nothing that's worth doing is easy. So to celebrate something that was extremely difficult but worthwhile, we're announcing the first NFT drop on Hypernet. We've made a series of NFTs based on this painting by Mimi Stewart called No Limits that celebrates the first American in space, Alan Shepard. He completed an actual moonshot. After he landed on the moon, Commander Shepard walked on its surface and he hit 2 golf balls. They're still out there today. So to celebrate this amazing achievement and his sense of humor with the first NFT drop of Mimi Stewart's artwork, No Limits, go ahead, scan this QR code, sign up for a Hypernet ID, and that makes you eligible to receive one of 80 of these NFTs that will be produced and distributed by the protocol. Each NFT features the same artwork image, but unique quotes, unique text, written immutably to the blockchain that are quotes of space exploration. And this will be the beginning of a series of what we're calling streaming drops of NFTs using our protocol. So scan this QR code and get your Hypernet ID today. Check out hypernetlabs.io and let us know how we can help you build the next generation of Web3 applications. Thank you.
All right, Ivan, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen.